Well, hello on a very delayed flying with Mike. That's what I get for turning Netflix on while I eat. Azul, welcome aboard the early bird here. Gets the worm, hopefully. Grab a plane. Let's go to Paro. What a way to help entice people to one of the most dangerous approaches out there. Welcome in again, as I was saying. It's what you get for turning Netflix on for breakfast with a really good movie, and you get sucked in, and all of a sudden it's like 12 o'clock, and you're like, I'm really late. So, oh well, these things will happen again. They always do. And I want to thank you all for your patience and hope you enjoy. As aforementioned, one of the world's most dangerous approaches, some say the most dangerous. That's up for debate always. Your idea of dangerous, mine, usually go hand in hand, and I hope you would think Paro is one of them. You will see as we descend on it today. We are in Dhaka, where we had one of our really horrible landings, and we are now going to attempt Paro. How many times will it take him to get in there? We'll see. Usually two or three. It's not easy, folks, if you follow the procedures. I still have troubles with numbers I'm given. So, but again, you're looking at a private pilot I'm sorry, somebody who has a private pilot's license in the real world, who is not current, has not been current since the mid 80s, um, tackling this approach in an airplane, at least 10 to 15, 20 times bigger than what he ever flew as a private pilot. So grab an airplane, folks. We're in Bangladesh, Dhaka, Victor Gulf Hotel Sierra. We're not online yet. We are working that way. That's actually my next step here. Bear with me. I'll get that done real quick, and then we're going to pre-brief and thinking about getting out of here. All right, let me just plug in. Why is it? One of those mysteries to me about VATSIM, why some of the aircraft will load in here with all the nav data present and some don't. I have yet to figure this mystery out. More complex, I think, than the YouTube algorithm, but you decide. All right, so we got that plugged in. All I got to do is hit that, and we're going to be, I don't even know what they go by. I'm going to have to look it up. Let's do that real quick, and then we can properly brief this, because, I don't think I've flown in as with Druck Airlines. It might be Druck. Let's see. Druck Airlines calls themselves. Oh, I'm not allowed to say that on air. No, crazy. We'll use that word. No. Royal Bhutan. Okay, Royal Bhutan. Yeah, I'll try and remember that. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're just getting some screens in play and we're ready to go. All right, I hope you are. We're in Bangladesh. Like I said, we're getting ready to launch, hopefully, uh, first run, first try into Paro. Read the charts. If you have NavGraph charts, pull them up. They are interesting to say the least. Royal Button. Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be fun. But then our second flight will be out of Paro to a somewhat challenging approach. At least I'll call it better yet a fun approach into Kathmandu, depending. Well, today I've kind of set the weather so we can actually see the sky here in Bangladesh. So, but that also gives me the 1-5 approach into Paro. So I have taken some flight sim liberties and rolled the clock back to like 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're gonna make a run on Paro. So I hope you're ready. The pilot's getting ready. He's tanking up with some Irish coffee, lots of it, in hopes that'll help him get down and with his nerves into here. All right, let's crawl up in the cockpit. Actually, you know what? We'll do it from the cockpit. Okay, we were working on our flight. We'll come back to that in a moment. I'm going to get rid of the trucks. So bear with me here. Maybe. There they go. All right, and you'll see them disappear off here as their doors close. And then if we look out the window, we'll kind of see them drive away. So we're ready to go. I think we're fueled. That'll be my next check, and we'll be ready to finish up the checklist and get on our way. Azul Leaf 915. I really think you need to fire something up and join us. It's a fun approach, actually. It's kind of, if those of you have been with us when we shot an approach in Peru, Colombia, Pasto, I think it is, Pesto. That one's challenging in itself. This makes that look like a simple in the pattern landing. You'll see what I mean here in about an hour as we get there. All right. And I really do. Those of you who like challenges in the flight sim, this is a really good one. I know some of you have flown Lukla. Lukla is challenging, but it's really not as bad as Paro. When you see it, you'll understand. I mean, yes, you're flying in the Himalayas. Yes, you're hitting a runway that runs up a hill. But so long as you hit your marks right, it's pretty good. It's not like you're trying to weave through a canyon, as we'll do, and look for the runway and turn for it and nail the spot. It's that challenging. So we'll see. All right, so the IRS just aligned, so let's get our butts aligned here and get this flight going. All right, so we've put it in here. Today we're leaving Dhaka, VGHS, for Paro VQ, P as in Papa Romeo, alternate VEGK, which happens to be, he says cautiously, not prepared. It's over in India. Let's just put it, I'm not about to pronounce that. Gorkapur? I don't know. Again, I'm sure the Indian nation's ready to upload on the US because Flying with Mike has no clue how to pronounce things. All right. Also, since we're loaded, I am going to get our ACARS running. Is he silly or what? He's going to run this on ACARS. We're one step closer. Uh-oh. And VGHS to there. Hit the button. And the survey says, maybe I'll get lucky and it won't start. Oh, it started successfully. Oh boy, this will be interesting. Mac Air, please understand, I'm trying. Hopefully these won't be bad numbers. Oh my. And could you make the ACAR system as forgiving as usual? So when I do, what I have a bad feeling could happen here, it looks pretty. All right, enough of that. Let's get after it here. So let's get the APU going. We are done refueling. And then those peeps can start coming on, stopping by the priest and going, would you please say a prayer over us as we depart for Paro? I'll tell you, I actually think I'm going to have to add this to my list of airports I would love to visit. Places like Hong Kong International. You know, I always said Narita, but I really don't care which Tokyo airport. I would love to see Kansai, um, Singapore, a couple of others there, but I'm thinking I'd love to fly into Paro just to actually witness somebody that actually knows what they're doing, how they do it. I've watched a couple on stream and they aren't following the charts. So it says a lot to me when they make their claims. So, but then again, I'm not much better but I don't claim anything. So other than the fact that I am a private pilot and really try my hardest. Okay, we're up and running on the APU. Let's get going. All right, so with that, let's get up to the overhead here, get a couple things finished out. We got a full load for the most part today. Keep the seatbelts off for just a little longer, and I think we're ready to go up here. All right. Before we start flight planning, I'm bringing Sim Toolkit in here so we can see the run, and it really does not do justice. I will tell you that right off the bat. It just shows a nice little line. That's about it. And that really is not about to do justice here. Basically, you're going to fly in the canyon right in here, down a riverbed, make the turn at the lone pine tree at the end. No, and come in. Inuasik, welcome in as we get ready to hit Paro. We're taking off runway 32 here, landing 15. Again, I have set the weather. We are not flying real world. I got a feeling it's pretty awful, yucky. And since you can't fly it, let me rephrase this. I think you can't fly at night into Paro. I know I wouldn't want to. Um, but that's me. These guys are specially trained and women for this route, for these approaches. They are specially trained for it. So you have to actually, on top of your type rating, have another certificate or whatever they call it for this approach. So they are only a couple of dozen crews or pilots capable or certified. I'm certifiable, but I'm not certified on this approach. Like I said, maybe 6 times, half a dozen I've been on this. So most of the time it's multiple runs. So, all right, payload 30,800 pounds, 140 people. There's our planned route. Now we're not going direct to the VOR. PGD, I think it's PR 888 is where we'll head to, and then into the approach. Okay, 36,000, and then BGD at 35. I think we might be descending before then. We are going to brief the approach now. So anyway, that's what we're game planned out of here with. This page is useless because, well, quite frankly, we're not flying with it. See, Paro's not even available. So I'm thinking nighttime operations probably does not happen much there. And here it was instrument and just like we were coming in. So I really don't think that's why I changed it to my own weather. All right. Okay, so let's bring charts in. First off, you can see it again, pretty simple. Now you start to see how it's going to work up here. However, we got to get out of here first. And that meant we needed a departure for runway 32. We're flying the Tika 2 departure. Hang on. And out to, I'll bet you'll never guess, Tigag. And then over to our departure VOR up to the other one and then on to the run. Okay, that's the easy part. You can see how that'll work. Raj, BGD, and there's where it starts. PR 888. All right, time to talk about it. Hang on, approach. 1-5 and Zulu. Okay. All right, so taking a deep breath because this is really tricky. All right, tower is 120.3. Don't have to worry about knowing that. Mandatory altitude at 816. That's where the bold line starts. That's where you better have your landing gear down, flaps full, spoilers armed, all your prayers said, because you're now going to begin descending with the river valley into that little runway right there. Okay, so 13,800 feet, and get ready for your 3.5 degree descent at 100, no faster than 100. I personally hope to come down at approach speed. Plain and simple, as slow as I can get that plane without it falling out of the sky. All right, RNP. This is a enhanced navigational path. 0.30 we need. We don't usually have to worry about numbers like that in the sim, but in the real world they would. All right, and airport is at 7364. So you can see we got about ballpark it 6,400 feet to lose to get down. All in the span of, and you'll find out, we'll kind of let that hang there. All right, there's our missed approach, which happens to be this other half of the chart. So you can see we follow the valley out, and that's basically your departure out of here as well, except you don't do the little turnaround at the end. And then you'll rejoin 777 coming in for 1-5. Okay, now let's look at this. You're 9 miles out. So you're dropping 65, 64, 6,500 feet in basically 9 miles. So 3.5 degrees is what they call it. And we're going to do our best to achieve that. All right, so you can see how it works. Basically, you're following canyons and then you're into a riverbed. This little icon at 8893, that I believe is a monastery where you make the turn. You got a little bunny hill to get over to get in the airport. So you have to if you ever watch videos, you'll see them a little, come over it. However, so we'll do our best. All right, then once we're on the ground at Paro, that's easy. taxi back, park here. You got a 7,400-foot runway. That also doesn't help at 7,300 feet above sea level. Yeah. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what we're doing to get in there. Once there, we'll end the video side of this, reset to head to Kathmandu, restart the video, and go out. Hopefully, this will work out really nice. All right. And again, you're all welcome to join in. The more the merrier. Huh. Fun airport, like I said. All right, so let's get back to where we were. We were at the flight pen. Let's actually check things here. Okay, so here's our weight and balance summary. Everything looks good. Our zero fuel weight's a little under what was planned, which I'll take any day of the week. Actually, a little over my best. Still take it. A little about 100 pounds over, and there's not much I can do other than kick people off. So we'll run with it. No big deal. Our fuel, 17,600, upped because, again, we can't set 17,492. So I took the next up, which was 600. There's our numbers on the FMC. Everything looks good here. Punch over, double check, 120.7. Let's make that 120. Whoops. 0.8 diagonal, 28.6. Cool. 17.6. Okay, all our numbers are good. Okay, let's head to flight plan and let's go to work. All right, so as we have mentioned, we are doing the TIG AG 1 or 2 departure. First off, let's put in 32. Then we'll scroll down to find our SID. There it is. And no transition. So insert. Now we'll just do a quick click, watch it going out. Looks good. Now, we did not connect this yet. So all we do is click clear and connect. Insert. Okay, so you can see it's connected now. If you can't, there you go. All right, that's good. Next up is BGD. And then Paro. Okay, I am on the Arnip Zulu for 1-5. Let me check. You know what? We'll just do this Subsu to the Pro 88. We'll do that. Okay. Star subs, that one. Pro 88888. And here we go. All right. Now, what we're going to do is clear Pro. Clear BGD. Insert. And that now connects up our lines. And then fly. All right, and then fly the approach. So we're going to have 744, 842, 730, 799. Okay, 818. 818 is where I want to make sure we're under 145, and we're very close to 13,800. Okay, and then here we go. 816 starts it. They got us at 11,000. So we'll see how that all works out. I kind of like that 11,000 number. Seems a little more reachable from there in, but you're crossing 13,000 foot mountains. 11,000 kind of ensues danger. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. And then our missed approach out. And then our if we have to just decide to go out to that alternate VEGK. All right, so everything looks good here. Radnav, good to come back. Perf, just about ready to go. I like to use the cheat sheet only because it helps. Downside is I have no idea how we're set because I've set the weather. So we're just going to do an uplink. Okay, I don't know if we even have wind, dry, takeoff data. Okay, all right, so clear, received. All right, so if I go toga, this is what we're looking at. If I go flex, that's what I'm looking at. I think I am going to flex it. 68, 141, 141, that'll work. Insert it, and we're just going to go with it. All right, so there's our numbers. Transition 4,000? Yep, okay. All right, that pretty much sets us in play for the airport here. And just need to go to 1013. Over here. Hang on, I'm just getting over here to Mac Air, make sure we're showing up. Okay. And today's flight again is to be flown at 36,000. All right, we are ready to go. While we're waiting here, okay, and we'll get rid of our loaders, hopefully. Of course, I'm not patient enough, and they're gone. All right, so there you have it. We're ready to go. Now, we are on the APU, so we're going to come off ground power. And call it that we're ready. Final checks. Okay, LS constraint. We'll go ahead, throw it over here. Heading, speed, and altitudes are set and managed in there. Anti-skids on. Transponder set. Beacons ready to be turned on. We're ready to push. Okay, let's do it. First, make sure. Okay, we're set up. Here we go. It's called better pushback.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Tow is actually right there. It is an option. If you go into better pushback, look in the preferences. You'll see.
Some doors are still opened, or the GPU or the ASU are
and
still connected.
you'll see it.
I'm waiting for all of them closed
Thank
and
you to
disconnected,
Bad
and I will
Attitude
proceed.
for that. Get that main door closed.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Jetway's going away. And so are the chocks. So it's a little quicker pushback when you do it that way, instead of waiting for it to fall off the building at Los Angeles and Memphis, which, by the way, we need to go back and see if it still does that. That always cracked me up. But it's right in front. Basically, where that light stand is, the red and white pole, that's where it starts.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, so let's just do a quick look, even though now that he's connected, tells us everything's away. Well, not everything, but gives us the sense that it is. Okay, chocks are away. Let's go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, let's start up number 1 this time. Okay, we have a light on number 1. Not bad. Out of the blocks in less than 40 minutes. Not bad. And that's my cue to get the fuel pumps running, because I did not click them in the checklist. While I'm here, what else did I forget? I know I turned that on. Maybe I just thought I did, and oh well. Pretty nice little airport here, Dhaka. Little, it's actually big. But anyway, kind of like it. Like I said, I need to come in here more when their operations are in play. All right, let's start up number 2. And if the commercials are getting too much for you,
complete. Set parking brake.
brake set. To get rid of them, you can always click subscribe. That'll get rid of them. That's your call, though. We're not pushing it. We're just letting you know the option. There are others, but you still pay for that. When you subscribe, though, you're supporting that particular stream you're watching. That streamer gets supported. So think about subscribing if you're tired of the commercials.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
All right, one thing we're looking for, two things when we wait for the tug to get over here in the real world. In my opinion, again, I don't fly these planes. These kinds of pieces of equipment never, ever touched my Cessnas or Pipers. It was all me pushing it. All right, when you see those pins, they're supposed to show them when everybody's away from the plane. So that way, when you come up here in the Boeings, engage hydraulics. Here, start engaging your spoilers and flaps. Theoretically, nobody should be around the plane to get hurt. We all know how human error happens, and somebody will always run back. Okay, slides are armed, nose wheels ready, taxi lights on. And elapsed time started. Brakes to max. All right, let's come in here, get our trim set. Up 04. Okay, and I also go ahead get my flight controls while I'm here, and then I can deselect and be ready to go. Okay, and terrain radar is on. Coming down. Center. All right, we're set, ready to go here. Cabin. Like I said, we'll deselect and take off. Here we go. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. Okay. Dhaka traffic, Royal Bhutan, 301 taxi to 32. So I hope y'all are having a great Friday Eve. Yep, it's Thursday. The weekend is right ahead of us. Hope y'all are enjoying so far. Other than the fact it's cold here in the St. Louis area, we got a great weekend ahead, and hope you all do as well. Also, guys and gals, don't forget, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Some countries may not have a clue what that is, but anyway, here in the States and many parts of Europe, it's the Day of Love. The Love Boat gets a good run out of Los Angeles, and St. Valentine is, in essence, celebrated. So, don't forget. I didn't forget, but I won't ever use that company again. That's all I'm going to say. The product won't be here anywhere close to Valentine's Day. Might make it by summer. And that's as far as I'm going down that road. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of the runway. Final takeoff checks. Cabin's ready. TCAS can now go Terra. Flaps are set to 1. Speed brakes are armed, and we're ready to go. We'll turn our timer on, even though we're not really on a timed departure. By that I mean got cleared with a 10 minutes after departure climb to this altitude or flight level. Of course I get hiccups now. Dhaka traffic, Royal Bhutan 301 departing 32. Flight attendants, take your seats for departure, please. gonna say, it looked like Sid Caesar was here. Okay, lights are on. Somebody home? 50%. Flex. SRS and runway are green. Nav and climb are armed. Here we go. 80 knots. 100. V1 and rotating out of Bangladesh. Positive rate gears coming up. All right, and looks like we're doing a little noise abatement out of here. But we're headed to intercept the 305 off Dhaka VOR and on our way. There's S speed. Flaps are coming up. We're on our way. Hope you enjoy. My pleasure to make the attempts to help inspire y'all to give it a try yourself. Some of these dangerous approaches out there, like Pesto, Wellington. One of my favorite, Queenstown, down in southern New Zealand. That's actually, it's not, it's dangerous only to a point. It's more a tricky approach as you zigzag around a hill. But there's a whole bunch of them out there. We love flying them. I hope you do too. So, even Reagan and Aspen can be qualified as dangerous, Juno. So, get out there, give them a try. They're fun. It's always nice to give those RNAVs a try, even though the ones that get me the worst, where they cut you in 3 miles from the runway. Oh, I've been having such a hard time with those. That's kind of like this one. So we'll see how we do on this when we get over there. Enjoy the flight. We'll get that timer up here in a minute. And you all can see just how long we have till we start the approach. Enjoy the flight. And we will try to do our best on this. I really wish I knew how to set that into glide path up there, 3.5 degrees. All right, let's get through the departure procedure. Okay, let's take a look at this now. All right. This Carpe is, yes, the ToLiss A319. First time chat, by the way, from Carpe. And I assume that's how you pronounce that, but welcome aboard. Thanks again for that first time chat. And again, the answer is yes. Ah, you fly it in X-Plane 11. Got it. Yes, it is an amazing plane. X-Plane 12 is just unbelievable. Getting better by the moment. Wow, this update 1.4 has been amazing, to say the least. What they did with the airport Barra up in Scotland and Salzburg, and then to hear that the Austrian airspace is default is pretty cool. So, along with the lessons that have been included. But yes, to any of the ToLiss. If you're out there, I had a question a couple days ago from YouTube. Which aircraft would I recommend? The A319, A320, A321, or A350? Oh, hands down, A319-2021. So long as you get the A320 Neo. Those are all ToLiss, and you're looking at probably the best aircraft out there. Um, the A320, not the Neo, but the 320, which is from Flight Factor, the A350, which is from Flight Factor. I'm still very hesitant to really give a full, you should get them. Reason being is I still have a whole lot of issues with the 320 and X-Plane 12. The 350, I still shake my head at. Why can't they fix the simple things? And then with version 2, give us a better plane. It just, but again, it's not my company. I'm not running it. And I'm not a computer programmer. So, not much you can do. But if it says ToLiss, you're pretty well getting a really good airplane. The only problem that I have, hang on, with the A330 that I don't with these. Oops. Let's go ahead and put that back in normal. Is that the A330, they're making you pull them and push them for the different modes of operations. So if you want to go open descent, I think that's a pull. Push, I think, is managed. If not, if I got it backwards, it's backwards. Those are little things, and again, that could very well be hardware related with me. So, but the A330 is just out of this world. Carpe has it right. Between the Flight Factor 350 and the ToLiss A330 in a nanosecond, I highly recommend the 330 over it. Just an amazing aircraft that ToLiss made. The rumor on the street is ToLiss is working with Flight Factor to improve the A350. You know how rumors go, and that's how I'm treating it. So until I physically see ToLiss put their stamp on it, I don't have the 340, so I can't remark on it, but I can only take a good guess that it's a really good plane because it's from ToLiss. So there you have it. And we're at the 10-minute mark from takeoff, and we're halfway to our cruise altitude. The 330, like I said, is just, it's an amazing aircraft. I just have some issues with the click spots to make things do like they need to. And I think that might be with the mouse. I'm gonna test it here one day just to see. So, but we're on our way. And if you're new to the channel, hey, we'd love for you to smash that follow button so you know when we're live again. And those of you over on YouTube watching this in the replay, smash that subscribe button. We'd love for you to join in and know when the next video is released over there. So enjoy the next few minutes because Paro is up ahead. You bought your first Boeing for the sim today. Ah, well, I can recommend one you don't have to buy. Actually, two, I'm still kind of on the fence with the second one. The 767 Pro Edition. That is a great aircraft. I have that, but the next interval up, and I can't think of it real quick. But anyway, it gave me the cargo version and the 200. And a fantastic airplane with a flight factor. Oh, you're going to find things that aren't right, but with every update, that airplane has never failed me. And I love that plane. I just don't get to fly it much here. But the best Boeings out there are, and I will even go so far to say the Zibo 737 is the best 737 on the market. I hate to break it to you over on the other sim, but yeah, it hands down is the best. Not only is it free, but it is just amazing what they packed into this plane for free. Now, I said two, the other being the level up. Now, I'm still on the fence with this. I've only got 2 flights under my belt with it in X-Plane 12. It too is free, but it gives you the 6, 7, 8, 900s, where the Zibo just gives you the 737 800, which to me is fine enough. But yesterday's flights, yeah, kind of needed to step it up a little, so I gave it a try. All right, so we're in a commercial break right now, so hopefully you all enjoy. Twitch, folks, if you hit that subscribe button, you will be getting rid of the ads, yet supporting the stream. There are other products out there that'll help get rid of the streams. You got to pay for them, but they don't necessarily help out the streamers. So that's up to you, though. All right, so let's get ready as we're approaching our first VOR, RAJ, and we're slowly reaching 36,000, and we'll go from there as we head for Paro. I call it the most dangerous approach in the world, but you all be the judge. All right, you don't have access to the Google Drives. Huh. I'm trying to think. One thing you could think about there, Carpe, is if you're on the Zibo Discord, sending a message to the group, maybe they can I don't know how to get around that one, having no access. That's weird. Now, are you accessing outside a Microsoft product like a Google or a Chrome or oh, what's the other Edge or whatever the heck they call it today? What is the other one? Yeah, Edge. You can see, yeah, Windows 10. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I run it too, and I'll be honest, I don't know why you can't get the Google Drives to work. Unless you need to set up an account with Google? I'm not sure. And you use Edge. Huh. Yeah, the only thing I could think of is maybe an account with Google, but I'm sure you've tried that route. Yeah, I use Google Chrome, so and I have a Google account, all of that good stuff. You know how that goes. And I don't seem to have any troubles, but I'm not too certain. All right, folks, I will be right back. I need to use the restroom, and I will be right back. All right, folks, took just a little longer than anticipated. We're coming up to the equal time point as we get ready to make a run on Paro, Bhutan, in Royal Bhutan's A319. All right. Like I said earlier, I only wished I knew. Oh. So you just click that button and you're in where you set angle instead of vertical speed. I will have to do that offline on this one. And Carpe. Is that an exclamation mark at the end? Welcome aboard. Thanks for the follow. We sure appreciate you. And I am just going to plan medium brakes. They are. And yeah. A couple of things I want to test out before I do it on my next stream with this is the FPA instead of VS, since this approach calls for a 3.5-degree descent. So we're going to do our best. Ooh, Alt Ford. After doing half a startup on the 767 freighter. Actually, it's not a difficult plane to get started. I actually have a checklist that works really good with it. Run right through it pretty quick. The tricky part's loading the cargo. Just keep in mind each pallet, no matter where you're putting it, or you're not putting it, you're just going to tell it 9,800 pounds each pallet. And then the cargo is what I do is whatever's left over to match zero fuel weight. From there on, it's pretty easy to start. Like any Boeing, they're not too difficult. All right, we are 77 miles from BGD. Top of descent is 56 miles. And we're going to see how this works out. Okay, first, Very used to ToLiss is cold and dark. Yeah. A lot of times I just do turnarounds. Relearning where all the buttons are. Yeah. Memory, the electrics are in the middle, hydraulics to the left, fuel, the right side middle, and then air systems on the right. All right, so let's do a quick refresher and let people know what we're doing here with charts. Okay, first we're going to be flying the SUPSI 1 arrival, which basically is PGD to SUPS, SUBSU, and then to our initial fix of Papa Romeo 888. Okay, and that is at or above 17,000. Then we start the approach. I'm going to make it 17,000 at 17,000 feet and at 185, and between 888 and 816, slowing to approach speed and fully configuring the plane. I'd like to have it set up by the initial at 818 so that we can just start right down at 816, and should be, if this reads right, 743 feet a minute. I might do closer to 800 to get this plane down the valley to make that turn. And I'm thinking our speeds are going to be about 130. Okay, don't know the outside air temperature. Oh yeah, I do. What am I thinking? So, all right, so there you've seen it. Now you know what we're doing. I'm pulling up the map real quick. I don't think I'll have Paro yet. Nope. Ah, that stinks. All right, let's just go. We'll go with that. Okay, so 132 will be our approach speed. So that's what I want to be at 13,000 feet. Yeah. So we got 6,900 feet of usable runway. We're going to use about 5,400 of it. All right. Let's go ahead, plug it in over here. That, by the way, is not accurate. Our decision altitude is 2,956 feet. Okay, so we'll prepare to come down to 17. Duluth Fly coming in with the applause. Welcome aboard, sir. Get ready, because the moderation is coming. We are going into Paro, Bhutan. You know, it's fun. We can set the weather to what we want. Can we set the mountains to what? No. That would make this a lot easier. Just found a recent tutorial. Yeah, I saw there was a plane that ran off the, and the news media believes possibly the weather caused it. It was freezing rain at the time, but it might have been a cause. Gotta love the media. For all we know, actually a rabbit ran out in front of him and he swerved to miss. Who knows? Or a skunk. He didn't want that smell in the plane. Slip slide, yep. But again, we can't be 100% sure it was weather related. Oh well. This is going to be epic of all epics, with me trying. Okay, we're in top of descent. Let's do it. And of course, my other favorite is there could have been a banana peel out there. He hit it, slid off. Yeah, I better stop. Oh man. So we got another storm coming for us in St. Louis. Uh, Telling us there's real bad conditions at Portland. Well, it's winter time, so yeah. Hopefully the aircraft get in and out of there pretty decently. We are looking at potentially another storm come Saturday or Sunday, somewhere in that time frame. But wait, it is still winter. I wonder if the news media knows that. All right, so we're coming down pretty steep now. Yeah, we had a CRJ come off, and this is, it looks like the runway, but it might have been the taxiway, or it could have been at where the taxiway where he was turning off from the runway. Anyway, he ran off, and nobody hurt, thank goodness, and all is well, except for the ruts that are in the grass there at Lambert. They'll have to deal with. All right, let's get it set up. All right, we're set here. And I'm going to go ahead, throw my prediction in there. Um, as we close in on Paro. We are now starting the approach, and Duluth, you need to get up here and try this approach out. But thanks for the vote of confidence and the prediction. Oh, corrected. Nah, nah. Okay, I see how you are, but I get it. All right, so we're starting in. There's a Subsu ahead of us, and we'll see how we do. This is maybe half a dozen times I've been in here. I try to do it about once a year, sometimes twice. Um, it's just so difficult. Like I said, to be totally honest, there's like 24 crews or 24 people qualified to fly this approach. It is it's pretty tricky. All right, so the key is getting down to 17,000 at the entrance to it, and then 13,800 to the start of the actual approach on the airport. So, granted, you're doing that through these zigzags we'll do, but you got to get down to 13,800 and get the plane all set up. So, yay, yay, team, here we go. And the big thing with this approach, speed. Mind your speeds. The very first fix, which is right here, Papa Romeo 888, is 185 knots at 17,000. So I hope you enjoy the ride. Here we go. Welcome to the Himalayas. All right. Transition here, 18,000. We're at it. All right, I'm going to go ahead, put flaps to 1. And you're going to find speed is the hardest thing to keep under control here. And please, no disrespect if I'm very quiet. Obviously, you know why. We're in a pretty mind intensive arrival. Okay, I've got 13,800, which we're going to hit pretty quick here. And then we're going to begin, go full flaps, get the gear down. Paro traffic, Royal Bhutan 301, approaching Papa Romeo 799 on the 15 RNAV Zulu. And that's the river you follow right ahead of us.
2,500. 2,500. 2,000.
Caution terrain. Caution terrain. Caution terrain. Caution terrain.
One thousand. 500.
100 above.
400.
Minimum.
300.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
200.
Pull up. Pull up.
100.
Pull up. Terrain. Terrain.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Retard.
10.
5.
I don't remember it being so up and down like it is. I mean, the runway. First try. Holy mackerel, we made it. Gives you an idea what we had to face. Oh, it's always nice to get in and land. We'll take a look at what we did. I kind of liked it. Somehow I don't remember the scenery looking like this. And Paro traffic, Royal Bhutan 301's off 15 to the terminal. there you have it, folks. The always fun approach to Paro. Yeah, I don't remember it being so wavy, this runway. Now, I do believe there is a file out there, and the only reason I don't install it is I don't fly it a lot. And if I flew this quite a bit, yeah, I'd put it in. But I really just, it's a very rare occasion I fly it. So as we pass the cargo apron, what the heck did we just pass? Oh, I guess someone's a private airplane. The monastery's private airplane. Somehow I don't think that's right. All right, let's get that APU running. I know the last weather I saw before I decided to kill the weather here, maybe I put a few clouds in. I don't know. Noticing the clouds. I didn't notice them on approach. But anyway, winds were like 1.6 or 1.20 at like 15, 20 knots. I really did not want to battle that, but this just doesn't give the full justice of what those aircraft are doing around that bend. There's that bunny hill I talked about. Some cut it, some come over it. All depends, I think, on what they're thinking their why am I, is that how this scenery is? Wow, I'm at a bank. I was looking at my attitude indicator going, why am I showing I'm in a bank? So, but a great approach always into here. It's just very difficult. And the fact I somehow made it on the first one, I'm like totally speechless. Like I said, I think I'm going to add this to my bucket list. I'd like to fly up here once. And then take the next flight out to wherever. I just would like to fly this approach as a passenger. Yeah, I guess we are on an angle. But again, there is scenery out there for this airport if you so choose. While we're taxiing, if you're going to fly it a bit, I would recommend, I'm going to go ahead and call it right here. Brake fans are on. Okay, turn that off. Okay. All right, welcome in. Here comes the Manny. Welcome aboard. All right, let's critique this real quick here. Because I'm actually I didn't get a chance to read what we did. For Millennium, got 191 feet a minute. A little low, but you know what? I think that's pretty close. If you're curious about Millennium Aviation, looking for a V8, this is a good one to join. Not a lot of overarching rules, and some of the rules, like aircraft, have substitutes. So check it out. Really great airline. We also have a destination of the month, which by chance was Dhaka, and where we departed. We've already filed, got the credit for it. We decided, since we're in the neighborhood, let's make a run on Paro and watch them do it next month, and then it'll take me 10 attempts to get in here. So, anyway, great flight. Loved every minute of it. I hope you all did too. I'm just getting over to the website just to make sure things come in correctly. Maybe yes, no, I don't know. Wait a minute. Why? Whoa. Why are we not? Hang on. Something's not right. Okay, there's pending. Okay, just took a little bit pending. 191 feet a minute. Kind of curious why it didn't show up there, but don't really matter much to me. We are in Bhutan. All right, so that's what the airline has us at. And we'll just kind of push that aside. All right, let's get down to brass tacks here. First off, what did we show up at here? All right, I'm not finding it. Why am I not finding it? All right, I'm not finding it very easily. Ah, there we go. All right, so the landing, wow. Actually, after several bumps on the runway, 41 feet a minute. Winner? Carpe at 328. That is weird. Okay, but hey, Carpe got the win. Hey, Duluth, you'd have got it at 80. Oh, but anyway. Congratulations there, Carpe. Wow, I'm still shocked we did it in one attempt. That's just outstanding. All right, let's take a look at our trackers, though. First up is Elevatech. Let's look outside the airplane while, wait a minute, something's, oh, I know why. First off, open. Open. All right, and let's go ahead. Let's bring in a caterer. All right, so there you have it. The back staircase is in. We're getting ready to unload. And there comes the caterers. You know what? I'm going to go ahead, hook up. There we go. All right, so when we're done here, we can shut that APU down and get ready for flight number 2. All right, real quick before we wrap this episode up for YouTube, Twitch, hang tight. We'll be doing some in between before we start up the next part. Again, we're in Paro. Wow, what a shock to me. One attempt and we're in here. All right, real quick, Elevatech. That's a alpha testing program I'm working with, along with a whole lot of other people. So don't think it's just me. That's pretty hard to see. Hang on. I just realized that. Little better. There we go. Little better for you. At least a little better on these guys' this guy's eyes. All right, so let's look at it. All right, well, 0 feet a minute, folks. How about that? Wow. 139 feet a minute, 135. Yeah, that's a little suspicious even to me. All right, and that's why it's in alpha. So, all right, but again, it is a new program, very Volanta-esque in how they do things. Hopefully, not the Volanta take something from your wallet to keep you going type of programming, but we'll see how that goes after we get through all the testing. Get rid of that. All right, now the one I use, Sim Toolkit. Actually, I'm going to go ahead, get rid of the overlay. Don't think we really need it. Okay, looking at Sim Toolkit, 41 feet a minute, aforementioned, we found it, 139 feet a minute. You can see the approach and the departure, the new one we took, and pretty good. I mean, that is what you got to fly through to get in there, folks. You're flying through valleys, down the river, through the woods, into Paro. Not grandmother's house. Sorry, grandmother's house down here. So, but anyway, there you have it. Beautiful flight. Let's complete it. Okay. I'm curious where we get recorded for the touchdown. Wow, I still can't get over this. All right, so let's click on it as we're coming back. Okay, again, there's the route from Dhaka to Paro. We click view details. This is what you guys with Volanta would be used to seeing. Hour and 18 minutes, 220 miles, 2,600 kilograms of fuel. 1.4 Gs at 41 feet a minute. Yes, there were several bounces. I'm marking 3 in my logbook. 3 landings. Okay. Well, actually, that actually looks pretty good. All right. Um, so the blue dot marks where you're supposed to start. The green is where we actually touched down, or so they say we did. I think we touched here, maybe here, maybe here, but that's where SimBrief or Sim Toolkit got us at. 1,299 feet down the runway. 5 feet off the center line. All of that to say that's outstanding for an approach we just flew. I hope you all give this a try. I really do. I know many out there have already. Those of you that haven't, give it a try. It is gonna blow your mind away. All right, again, here's our touchdown details. We already know the last three down here, but we were 7 up, which isn't too bad. Just a little bit of a wing rock trying to keep us center. So, I mean, overall, we did a great approach on a very, very difficult, dangerous approach. Again, remember, either 24 people or 24 crews are qualified to fly this. If you're not qualified, you got to have one of them in your plane walking you down. So that is just incredible. And there's what the ramp looks like. Planes on top of, oh no, they're not. I thought they were. So hang on, I am curious. I really don't know what this is down here. Maybe something to do with the civil government of Bhutan. Don't know. But anyway, well, we came down this river valley right here. And if memory serves, that's a monastery right there. That's a big visual point to help pilots know, hey, it's time to make the turn for the runway. So again, great run, great flight. Wow, I am just in awe that we're here on one attempt. Wow. Okay, well, I hope those of you at YouTube enjoyed this video. We're going to step out so that we can reset the recording and start. And for the second half, which will be from Paro over to Kathmandu, and in and itself has, I'll call it a tricky RNAV. I just like flying it. It's a fun approach. It's nothing like this, but it's what we're kind of used to going into places like Bogota, landing north, is this San Jose, Costa Rica? A couple of them down there have these RNAVs that cut you in front of the mountains. So, Twitch, please hang tight and give me a second here to close this video out. And then we'll get going here to set up for Kathmandu. Everyone, can you do the Kathmandu? So, YouTube, thank you. We'll see you next time. God bless you. Have a great rest of your day on YouTube, and please, Twitch, stand by.